Here we are, IMI Channel 1 Productions, glorious sunshine here in Bourne End at Kawasaki UK. And we're here to do a short film about the partnership between Kawasaki and the IMI.
Several years ago, what was the ATA was launched by the IMI, and I saw that as a great thing for the industry to follow, because what sells it to me is that we've got a national accreditation at 3 different levels, and I thought rather than have it sold to us by or given to us or pushed into us by the government, we should be proactive and actually get on board in making sure that our dealer network performed at a particular level, and we could then be included in that process in making sure that they reached that level by providing the assessments for Kawasaki UK's perspective at a diagnostic level. We obviously major on dealer training. From my side, obviously that includes product-specific training, but we also get involved with diagnostic training, fault finding, which is key to a dealer's business, because the better their technicians are at fault finding and their diagnostics, it's less time spent, more time earned, and for us as a manufacturer, it also saves us time in reimbursements to dealers for warranty and recall work. So it has a knock-on effect, and it's a winner for everybody. In the days when this became something that we got very keen on doing, we were talking about it being the corgi, or gas safe as it is now, for the motorcycle industry. So from a customer's point of view, they need to have, or we need to give that customer the confidence to know that when they walk into one of my dealers, they can see that the technicians there have reached a nationally recognised accredited level of skill, and that's something which I think is extremely important for the customer to appreciate. For us, as a brand, it would have been very easy for us to decide that we should have a Kawasaki accreditation, so KTA if you like. But because that is very brand specific, it's very much a Kawasaki accreditation, it works better for me if we look at it as a national accreditation, because that then works across the whole industry. And from a dealer perspective, if they have somebody come to them that's looking for a position and they have this accreditation, it doesn't matter whether it's through a college, a university or another manufacturer, it's a standard accreditation. So it's a generic thing which we can all get behind and all understand its value. So the KTA thing, it could have been okay, but the IMI version to me is a much more appreciated national skill. I think the benefit ultimately for the customer is probably largely in the hands of the dealer. We can obviously do as much as we can to promote it, and the IMI are going to do as much as they can, but obviously there's limitations as to how we can reach the customer himself, herself. So the dealer, I think, is key to getting this whole process to be understood by the customer and sold to the customer as something that is actually a benefit which is provided to them at no extra cost, on top of the fact that the dealer is extremely knowledgeable about Kawasaki product. He's extremely knowledgeable about the general skill level and the skill level available to the customer, which isn't something they're going to walk into perhaps from an independent. Okay, very simple. You're on board with it, you understand the benefits, you know what the processes are, you understand the level of expectation that we've got. Let the customer know. Make sure that when the customer walks into your showroom, you're showing off the fact that you've got a level of accreditation which is not only branded by Kawasaki but by the IMI.
training is of benefit to the whole of the industry. It's in all our interests to make sure that we've got well-trained technicians that form the cornerstone of our dealer technical departments. Part of that is to make sure that technicians have the knowledge and skills to repair the increasingly more complicated products that we've got in the market. The accreditation is of particular benefit to both technicians and to myself in that it allows them to prove their current competencies on working on our products. The reason that it's particularly important that we work with the IMI is that we get an industry standard. We could do our own licensing just by ourselves, but that wouldn't give consistency across the sector. The good thing with the IMI is that it gives us a set of current competencies that are tested on the accreditation days, and these are the same current competencies that other manufacturers or training providers are looking for when they're doing accreditation. A lot of guys in the motorcycle industry, technicians, have been doing the job for a long time, but they've either done their qualifications many years ago when motorcycles had things like carburetors and points, which are now extinct, and they can now come and show that they're up to date with the modern technology such as fuel injection, traction control, etc. When the guys come in for their accreditation day, they'll need to show their diagnostic skills on looking for some faults that we've introduced on some motorcycles. Those faults could be of a mechanical or electrical nature. Typically on the electrical fault diagnosis side, we put a fault in that will bring up a service code in the dashboard of the motorcycle. They'd need to then follow a set diagnostic procedure to arrive at a diagnosis and tell me what's wrong with the bike. I don't require them to fix the bike, just to identify what the fault is. Yes, we do make people come on the accreditations, it's part of our dealer standards. However, the dealer will get a benefit because they will get their staff coming back to them with an accreditation that's recognised throughout the industry. But one of the biggest benefits is that they can show in the workplace that they've got the right skill set to do the job that they're already doing. Also, it does help, I find, that I can see where some technicians are maybe slipping up a bit and give them some advice on some of the CPD or extra training courses that they need to take. A Kawasaki customer would want to know that the person working on their motorcycle is a skilled professional with current competencies. The IMI accreditation proves these current competencies, and so the customer can be more confident that their bike is getting worked on in a correct manner.
Kawasaki is a well-known brand. We make many products across many different scenarios. We put aeroplanes in the air, we put ships on the sea. Motorcycles are obviously what we're well known for. When a customer walks into one of my dealers, they're going to know that Kawasaki is a brand they're very aware of, and the IMI is something which is obviously a very large brand, again in the automotive sector. The two together should give the customer the confidence that they're being well looked after.